Funeral directors have been proudly serving the people of this community since 1918. Service is our motto. The poor, the rich, the middle class and all are given the best of care and attention at all times. You have the privilege to select what you want. In your time of need, contact the capable, the competent, and the dependable staff of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home who is genuinely concerned with your care. At J.W. Williams Funeral Home, you are aptly served by the proprietor president, Deacon Arthur L. Parker, who continues the traditions and values set forth by the past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams. Your announcements for the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Sunday morning program are Deacon Arthur L. Parker, Reverend Isaac H. Owens, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, Minister Frankie Harmon, Miss Sandra Johnson, and Deacon Earl Clark, Jr.
Thank you, and good morning, friends. We come to you this morning to bring announcements, dedications, and songs. We certainly hope that your day may be brighter after listening to our program. The family of Deaconess Elizabeth Whitehead Harris of Americus, Georgia, the family of Miss Catherine Louise Towns of Vienna, Georgia, would like to thank their many friends for the food, the flowers, the condolences, and all other expressions of sympathy and kindness shown to them during their hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. Deaconess Elizabeth Whitehead Harris, age 87, of 815 Willis Street, Americus, Georgia, died Thursday, July 15th at the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center in Americus, Georgia. The funeral service for Deaconess Elizabeth Whitehead Harris, age 87, was held Wednesday, July 21st, graveside at Staley Memorial Gardens in Americus, Georgia. Her pastor, the Reverend Tommy Law, pastor of the Welcome Baptist Church, officiated. Survivors include 11 and devoted children, Mr. Ponce Harris and his wife, Mrs. Ludell Harris of Decatur, Georgia, Mr. Alfred Harris III and his wife, Mrs. Gloria Harris, Mrs. Veronica Lamar and her husband, Mr. Herman Lamar, Mrs. Vicki Lynn Austin and her husband, Mr. Billy Austin, and Mr. Ray Harris and his wife, Mrs. Angela Harris, all of Americus, Georgia, Ms. Whiffy Harris of Mapleton, Georgia, 10 beloved grandchildren, a host of great-grandchildren, her beloved in-laws, Mrs. Maddie Sue Harris, Mrs. Annie Harris, the Reverend Norris Harris and his wife, Mrs. Pamela Harris, the Reverend Gerald Harris and his wife, Mrs. Martha Harris, Deacon John Hall, Mrs. Fannie Harris Butler, Mrs. Kathleen Harris Muntz, Miss Janice Harris, and the Reverend Cheryl Sneed, all of Americus, Georgia, and Miss Ruby Maddox and her husband, Mr. Clyde Maddox, of Riverside, California. A host of beloved nieces and nephews, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive Deaconess Elizabeth Whitehead Harris, age 87, of 815 Willis Street, Americus, Georgia. Miss Catherine Louise Towns, age 54, of 512 Holiday Street, Vienna, Georgia, died Friday, July 16th, at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Catherine Louise Towns, age 54, was held Saturday, July 24th, at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Dr. Bobby G. West, pastor of the Bethel Baptist Church, Vienna, Georgia, officiated. Survivors include 11 and devoted children, Miss Cassady Worship, Mr. Rontavious Towns, both of Vienna, Georgia, her beloved and devoted sisters, Miss Audrey Towns of Macon, Georgia, and Miss Maida Coney of Vienna, Georgia. A beloved niece whom she regarded as a sister, Miss Victoria Towns of Vienna, Georgia. One beloved aunt, Mrs. Ruthie Mae Johnson of Darlington, Florida. A host of nieces and nephews, cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survived. Miss Catherine Louise Towns, age 54, of 512 Holiday Street, Vienna, Georgia. Again, the family of Deacon S. Elizabeth Whitehead Harris of Americus, Georgia, the family of Miss Catherine Louise Towns of Vienna, Georgia, would like to thank their many friends for all of the many kindnesses shown to them during the hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. May God bless each of you, is their prayer. The J.W. Williams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna were in charge of each of these arrangements during the past week. And now, it is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcement. Miss Mariam LaFay White Bynes, age 58, of 1116 Blackshear Road, Cordele, Georgia, died Thursday, July 22nd, 2021, at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. Survivors include her loving and devoted daughter, Miss Camille Bynes, and her companion, Mr. John Boone of Byram, Georgia, a precious grandson, little Jolyn Boone, her beloved and devoted mother, Mother Catherine White of Cordele, Georgia, her devoted sisters, Miss Ruth West and Miss Gwen Henderson, both of Cordele, Georgia, Miss Nasha White of Warner Robins, Georgia, a beloved brother, Mr. Courtney White of Cordele, Georgia, a host of beloved nieces and nephews, cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survived. Miss Miriam LaFay White Bynes, age 58, of 1116 Blackshear Road, Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Marion LaFay White Bynes, age 58, will be held Saturday, July 31st at 10 a.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Joseph Atkins, pastor of the Friendship Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Sunnyside Cemetery in Cordele, Georgia. The public walk-up visitation will be Friday, July 30th from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. The J.W. Williams Funeral Directors serving Cordele and Guyana are in charge of this arrangement during this week. Friends, that conclude our funeral notices for this morning. And as always, we do remind you concerning our pre-funeral arrangements planning available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home, with packages available with a single pay, a 3-year pay, a 5-year pay, and a 10-year pay. So please stop by and talk with us concerning your pre-funeral arrangements needs available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. And also whole life insurance is available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home.
And now for announcements. The New Poplar Spring Baptist Church extends you a very cordial invitation to come and worship with them during their morning worship hour beginning at 9:45 a.m. They also invite you to worship with them on Wednesday evenings at 6:45 p.m. You may join them via conference call by calling 253-993-3761. Pastor Johnny Dean, pastor. Christ Chapel of Unadilla weekly food pantry is open every Wednesday from 3 until 6 o'clock p.m. The food pantry is available to all those interested. For more information, please contact Mrs. Jeanette Taylor if you're interested in the Christ Chapel weekly food pantry that's open every Wednesday from 3 until 6 o'clock p.m. You're invited to worship with the Greater Mars Tabernacle Baptist Church. The conference call schedule is as follows: Sunday morning with worship on the grounds, and you may join them via Facebook Live. Sunday morning beginning at 9 o'clock a.m. Tuesday midday prayer conference at 12 o'clock noon. Thursday prayer meeting and Bible study at 6 o'clock p.m. The call-in number for the conference call is 229-329-7611. Mother Lucille Shazer, Church Mother. Deacon Arthur L. Parker, Chairman of Deacons. Dr. K.M. Williams is the pastor. You're invited to worship with the Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church today. Pull-up and praise service begins at 10 o'clock a.m. They are located at 1818 U.S. Highway 41 North, Cordele. Reverend Gregory Williams is the pastor. You're invited to worship with the Mount Calvary Baptist Church today. Facebook Live service will begin at 10:30 a.m. Everyone has a cordial invitation to join us on the Mount Calvary Baptist Church Facebook page for our worship service this morning, beginning at 10:30 a.m. Deacon Leon Spears is the chairman of Deacons. Reverend Isaac H. Owens is the pastor. You're invited to worship with the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church. Their conference call schedule is as follows: Sunday morning, 10 o'clock a.m. Prayer meeting, 12 o'clock noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bible study is held at 5 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday. The conference call-in number is 1-515-604-9765. The access code is 288180. Deacon Joe Wedges is the chairman of deacons. Dr. Dan James III is the pastor. The Gethsemane Baptist Church extends an invitation for you to worship with them during their outdoor worship service on the grounds of the church, beginning each Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Everyone is asked to wear a mask. Also, the Gethsemane Baptist Church is seeking a minister of music. For more information, please contact Deacon Johnny Wilson at 229-417-9622 or Pastor Cecil Straughter at 229-347-2747. Deacon Johnny Wilson, chairman of deacons. Reverend Cecil Straughter is the pastor. The Vienna Church of Christ in Vienna, Georgia, National Safety Day and Night Against Crime will be held on Tuesday, August 3rd at 6 o'clock p.m. You're invited to come out and meet your local emergency first responders. Everyone has a cordial invitation to attend. Brother Carl Colbert is the minister. And each of you are invited again to come out and share with the Vienna Church of Christ in this National Safety Day Night Out Against Crime. The new popular the Spring Hill Baptist Church, Tippyville, invites everyone to worship with them during their each first and third Sunday, beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. Sister Mary Ann Lewis is the secretary. Deacon Sam Anderson is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Choice Cobb Sr. is the pastor. The new Provisor Missionary Baptist Church of Albany, Georgia, installation service for Reverend Donnie R. Hall Sr. will be held today, Sunday, July 25th at 10 o'clock a.m. Pastor Napoleon Cooper of the Mount Zion Baptist Church will be the guest minister. Everyone is cordially invited to attend. Deacon Freddie Stevens is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Donnie R. Hall Sr. is the pastor. Again, we remind you, if you have not been vaccinated, to please take the opportunity to get vaccinated. There are several locations in our community where you may receive your vaccination. Please take the opportunity to do it as we prepare for the beginning of another school year. We want to take every precaution we can to protect our loved ones, our families, and our friends. Again, we encourage you to practice social distancing and make sure that we're wearing our masks when we're out in public. We ask that we will do this as we are fully aware that the numbers in our community and throughout our nation are increasing again. So let us take every opportunity. If you have not been vaccinated, please take the opportunity to seek vaccination from one of the local places and get vaccinated. Please do this for the safety of all of us and all around you. Thank you. There will be a job fair that will be held on Tuesday, July 27th from 11 o'clock a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. at the Cordele Community Clubhouse located at 501 South 7th Street here in Cordele. This is an opportunity for those of you who are seeking jobs to come out and meet with various companies of our community who are looking for employees. Please bring a resume and come dressed in business casual attire. This is going to be held on Tuesday, July 27th from 11 o'clock a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. at the Cordele Community Clubhouse here in Cordele. This is a golden opportunity for those, and many of you could have the opportunity to get hired on the spot. So remember that date, Tuesday, July 27th from 11 a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. This concludes our announcements for today.
And now for dedication. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: in loving memory of Mrs. Sarah Mae Dykes, who departed this life July 24, 2013. Dedication requested by the Dykes family and the members of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, which he served so faithfully for many, many years. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Rosa Brown King, who departed this life July 25th, 2003. Dedication requested by her beloved family and the Mount Zion First Baptist Church. In loving memory of Mrs. Burnell Morgan, who would have celebrated her birthday July 26, dedication requested by the Morgan, Brooks, and Mason family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of Mrs. Geneva Kellogg, who would have celebrated her birthday on July 27, dedication requested by the Kellogg and Barrett family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of Mrs. Mary Catherine Applin, who would have celebrated her birthday on July 27, dedication requested by the Applin family, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mother Carrie Lee Porter, who would have celebrated her birthday July 27, dedication requested by her beloved children, grandchildren, her beloved sister, Mother Lucille Shazer, and the entire Porter family, and the members of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Baptist Church, as we pause and remember the life of Mother Carrie Lee Porter, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Laura May Weaver, who would have celebrated her birthday July 27, dedication requested by her beloved family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of past Chairman Deacon Leonard Gary of the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church, who departed this life July 30th, 1983, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Minnie Farrington, who departed this life July 30th, 1999, dedication requested by the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church, gone but not forgotten. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following. Happy anniversary to Mr. Bobby and the Reverend Dorothy Reeves Jones, who celebrated their anniversary during this past week. Dedication requested by their beloved children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the entire Reeves and Jones families. God bless your union and keep it strong. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following. Special birthday wish, happy 91st birthday to Mother Mary Wakefield Minion of Plains, Georgia, who celebrated her birthday Friday, July 23rd. Dedication requested by her beloved children, grandchildren, and the entire family, and all of the members of the Lebanon Baptist Church, where she served so faithfully in Plains, Georgia. Happy 91st birthday to our beloved Mother Mary Wakefield Minion of Plains, Georgia, on Friday, July 23rd. And happy 74th birthday to twins, Miss Lena Cross and Miss Lily Redding, who celebrated their birthday Saturday with all of their family and friends. Dedication requested by their beloved children, grandchildren, and the entire Redding family. Happy 74th birthday to twins, Miss Lena Cross and Miss Lily Redding, who celebrated their birthday on yesterday. God bless you, and many, many more. Happy birthday to Mr. Arthur Joe Simmons Jr., who celebrated his birthday Thursday, July 22nd. Dedication requested by the Simmons family. Happy birthday to Master Xavier Mapp, who celebrated his birthday Friday, July 23rd. Dedication requested by his beloved mother, Miss Cheryl Mapp, his grandparents, Mr. Johnny and Mrs. Barbara Dennis, and the entire McGill and Harris family. Happy birthday to Miss Pauline Morgan, who celebrated her birthday Friday, July 23rd. Dedication requested by her beloved children, grandchildren, her family, and friends. Happy birthday to Miss Henry Mae Lewis of Vienna, Georgia, who celebrated her birthday Saturday, July 24th. dedication requested by the Lewis family. And happy birthday to our own, my nephew, Mr. Frederick Johnson, better known as Fred, of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, July 24th. Dedication comes from his beloved mother, Mrs. Mattie Mae Johnson, his sisters, and the entire family and the staff of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. Says happy birthday to Fred and many, many more. Happy birthday to Mr. Tony Daniels, who will celebrate his birthday Monday, July 26th. Dedication requested by the Daniels family. And special birthday wishes goes out to Mrs. Liz Jordan, who will celebrate her birthday Tuesday, July 27th. Dedication comes from her beloved husband, Mr. Ronnie Jordan, and the entire Jordan and Hamilton family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Liz Hamilton Jordan and many, many more. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: to Deacon James Smith and family, the Armstrong family, Mrs. Esther Johnson and family of Araby, Georgia, Mr. Ricky Hardeman and family, Mr. Philip Stembridge and family, Miss Ola Lofton and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Douglas Parham and family, Mrs. Willie Mae Leary and family of Hatley, Georgia, Mrs. Martha Westbrook and family of Araby, Georgia, the entire Leary, Carter, Westbrook, Henderson, and Magruder families. Deacon and Mrs. Norman Fields and family, Mr. and Mrs. A.B. Levant and family, Mr. and Mrs. Danny Jackson and family, Mrs. Lucille Hillman and family of Ashburn, Georgia, Miss Rita Cross and family, Mrs. Donna Cobb and family, Mother Minnie Fletcher and family, Mrs. Idabelle Patrick and family, Miss Geraldine Pickens and family, Mrs. Jackie Lattimore and family, Miss Vivian Daniels and family, Mrs. Lottie Talbert and family, Mr. Don and Miss Cynthia White and family, Miss Kakira Lane and family, Mr. William and Mrs. Brenda Jones and family, Mr. Keith and Mrs. Kara Dexter and family, Evangelist Dorothy Sims Williams of Albany, Georgia, prayer warrior, the Reverend and Mrs. Tilla Sims and family, Deaconess Martha Cross and family, Mrs. Lenora Smith and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Charles Cobb Sr. and family, Miss Mary Trahan and family, Deacon John Perry, Deacon and Mrs. John Perry and family of Vienna, Georgia, Mrs. Willie Bell Jefferson and family of Vienna, Georgia, Deacon S. Cassandra Jones Jackson, in member of her beloved husband, Deacon Arthur Jackson, and the entire Jones and Jackson family. Mrs. Geraldine Harvey and family, Deacon Henry King and family, Deacon and Mrs. Lauren Wellens and family, Mrs. Margaret Perry and family, Vienna, Georgia, and the entire Perry family, the McAdoo family, Wilcox County, Deacon Joe Wedges and family, Mrs. Cynthia Hardridge and family, Deacon and Mrs. John Stubbs and family, Deacon Johnny Wilson and family, Miss Linda Wilson and family, Deacon and Mrs. Lawrence Williams and family of Leslie, Georgia, Dr. and Mrs. Brandon Williams and family. Mr. Simeon Felder and family, Mrs. Johnny Bell Sanders and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Keith Lewis and family, Mr. and Mrs. George Rickard and family, Miss Joe Blake and family, Vienna, Georgia, Miss Pamela Law and family, Mr. Harvey C. and family, Mrs. Blotty Bill and family, Byronville, Georgia, Miss Mattie West and family, Mr. and Mrs. John Leroy Perry and family, the Cantrell family, the Hardrick family, Miss Marion Felton and family, Mrs. Bobby Jean Vandro and family, Mrs. W.D. King and family, Mrs. Christine Kingdom and family, Mr. and Mrs. Pearl Lakeler and family, Dr. and Mrs. Thaddeus Lakeler and family, Miss Dorothy Lamar and family, Deacon Willie C. Kendrick and family of Unadilla, Georgia, the Clee Hoggerbrook family, Miss Cynthia Woodson and family, Miss Rosa Cooper and family, Mrs. Lily Mae Perry and family, the Mike Hamilton family of Lily, Georgia, Mr. and Mrs. Emerson London family, the Granville family, Mr. Arthur Lawson and family, Mrs. Calvin Baskin Jr. and family, Mr. Frank Thomas and family, Mrs. Molly Williams and family, Miss Shirley Jean Taylor and family, Mrs. Evelyn Thomas and family, Miss G. London family, Miss Eunice Lewis and family, Mrs. Claudia Mae Dawson and family, Mr. and Mrs. Frank Allman and family, Mrs. Randall Lango and family, Mrs. Minnie Jewel Duhart and family, Mrs. Miriam Lango Smith and family, Mr. and Mrs. Wayne Adams and family, Deacon and Mrs. Willis Sutton and family, Mrs. Nanny Lee Burks and family, Mr. Tommy Rogers and family, Mr. and Mrs. Willie Lee Taylor Sr. and family, the Crosby family, Deacon Chester Mike Williams and family, Mrs. Ruthie Mattie Ruth King and family, Deacon and Mrs. Michael Deacon and Mrs. Bruce Kendrick and family, Mr. Roger Duhart and family, Mrs. Doris Duhart and family, the entire Duhart family, Mrs. Nora Lee Adams and family. And special birthday wishes goes out to our dear friend, Mrs. Cheryl Henry of Americus, Georgia, who celebrated her birthday during this past week. Say happy birthday and many, many more. Our first selection for this morning. Our next selection this morning is dedicated to the following. Again, we'd like to thank Brother Kelvin Pless of Americus, Georgia, and the AmeriGospel Workshop of Americus, Georgia, for providing us our music selections for this morning. Our selection this morning is dedicated to Commissioner Vesta Shepherd and family, Mrs. Janie Ruth Billings and family of DeSoto, Georgia, Deacon Joed Clark and family, Deacon and Mrs. Oscar Cook, Chairman of the Board of Deacons of the Friendship Baptist Church of DeSoto, Georgia, Deacon Ben Clark and family, Deacon and Mrs. Arthur Robinson and family, Dr. Brooks Robinson and family, Deacon Kelvin and Sister Rosemary Jones and family, Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Jack Robinson and family, Warner Robbins, Georgia, the Reverend and Mrs. Donnie Ray Hall and family, Deacon and Mrs. Arthur Wright and family, Chairman of the Board of Deacons of the New Zion Baptist Church of Cobb, Georgia, and to that pastor, Reverend Jesse Watts and family, Deacon Arthur Walker and family, Mother Mary Jackson in memory of the late Reverend N.A. Jackson Sr., Deacon and Mrs. Roger Westbrook and family, Mr. and Mrs. Alvin Beal and the entire Beal family, Mrs. Athenia Perry and family, Vienna, Georgia, Mr. and Mrs. Clarence White and family, Miss Charlie Mae Peacock and family, Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Anderson and family, Miss Nettie Mae Wise and family, Mrs. Alton Jordan and family, Mr. and Mrs. Scotty Grant and family, the Clee Cross family of Dooley County, Mr. Clayton Dykes and family, the Charlotte Cheney family, the entire Clayton family, Deacon Lonnie Clayton and family, Mr. Harry Bird Jr. and family, Miss Carrie Wheeler and family, Miss Lucille Bryant and family, Mr. Michael Sanders and family, Miss Lily Brown and family, Mr. and Mrs. Eddie James Walker and family, the Burks family, the Reverend and Mrs. Lewis Burden and family, Deacon and Mrs. Albert King Sr. and family, the Hazel Clark family, Commissioner and Mrs. Harry Ward and family, Miss Ruthie Daniels and family, Miss Viola Green and family, Mrs. Pearline Roundtree and family, Miss Sarah Coleman and family, Brother and Mrs. James Wise and family, retired educator Miss Margaret Jordan and family, Vienna, Georgia, Deacon James Russell Burden and family, Deacon George Jordan and family, Deacon Walter Brown and family, Mr. and Mrs. Winston Keaton and family, Deacon Nathaniel Lewis and family, Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Morrell and family, Miss Martha Harris and family, Miss Mary Morrell and family, Mr. Manuel Lee Johnson and family, the Lester family, Mr. and Mrs. James Byram and family, Mrs. Curtis Whitfield and family, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Clark and family, Vienna, Georgia, Deacon John David Law, Chairman of the Board of Deacons of the Evergreen Baptist Church of Pinehurst, Georgia, Miss S.M.A. Davis and family, Miss Odessa Sheffield and family, Miss Benita Armstrong and family, Mr. Edgar Lee and family, Deacon and Mrs. Willie Fields and family, Mrs. Bernice Lester and family, Deacon and Mrs. Jerome Jordan and Mr. and Mrs. Jerome Jordan and family, Miss Christine Jordan and family, Mr. and Mrs. Willie B. Barnes and family, Chairman Deacon Morris McClendon and family, Mr. Charlie and Mrs. Watine Jackson and family, Mr. Ernie and Mrs. Lisa Bryant and family, Mrs. Lovinia James and family, Deacon and Mrs. Vetty Crane and family of Pinehurst, Georgia, Evergreen Baptist Church, Miss Lily Crane and family, Miss Shanta K. Bowens and family, Mrs. Patsy Carter and family, Vienna, Georgia, Miss Mary Taylor and family, Deacon and Mrs. Zachary Field and family, Deacon James Smith and family, Deacon Tommy and Mrs. Gradine Ford and family, retired educator Miss Lucille Harris and family, Miss Mary Frances Davis and family, Mr. Joseph Glenn and family, Miss Mary Taylor and family, in memory of Mother Jessie Ezel and family, gone but not forgotten, Mrs. Willine McGill and family, Miss Nettie Whitis and family, Miss Burr Patrick and family, Miss Corrine Passmore and family, Miss Gail Chanel Williams and family, Miss Dorothy Rose Jones and family, Mr. Frederick Hardeman and family, Mr. Lenny Walker and family, Ms. Annette Stembridge and family, Mrs. Eddie Mae Cooks and family, Mother Jessie Kate Harmon and family, Mr. Donald and Mrs. Ruby Daniels and family, Minister Gardner and Miss Beulah Morgan and family, Mrs. Maggie Harmon and family, Mother Pearl Reed and family, Mrs. Patty, Mrs. Fanny Bivens and family of Poland, Georgia, Mrs. Connie James and family, Miss Mary Applin and family, Miss Gradine Ford and family, Mrs. Willie Mae Leary and family of Hatley, Georgia, Deacon Earl Leary and family, Miss Patricia Leary and family, Mr. Eddie Leary and family, Mrs. Mitt Redding and family, Mr. William Carter and the entire Carter family of Hatley, Georgia, Miss Minnie Redden and family, Miss Geneva Curry and family, Mr. Charles Magruder and family, Miss Lucille in memory of Mother Lucille Westbrook and family, Mr. and Mrs. Lonnie Walker and family, Mrs. Carolyn Jackson Hicks and family, Mr. Alvin and Miss Ann Ross and family, Miss Salita Brown and family, Miss Burnell Werburn and family, and to my neighbor, Mrs. Theron Jones and family, and entire Jones and Tarbert family, Mother Dorothy Tarbert and family, Mr. Johnny and Mrs. Juanita Tarbert and the entire Tarbert family. Our next selection for this morning. It is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcement. Miss Mariam LaFay White Bynes, age 58, of 1116 Blackshear Road, Cordele, Georgia, died Thursday, July 22nd, at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Ms. Mariam LaFay White Bynes, age 58, will be held Saturday, July 31st at 10 a.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Joseph Atkins, pastor of the Friendship Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Sunnyside Cemetery in Cordele, Georgia. The public walk-up visitation will be Friday, July 30th from 1 until 5 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. The J.W. Williams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna are in charge of this arrangement during this week. Our next and final selection for this morning is dedicated to the bereaved families whose loved ones were laid to rest during the past week. The family of Mrs. Elizabeth Whitehead Harris of Americus, Georgia. The family of Miss Catherine Louise Towns of Vienna, Georgia. This selection is dedicated to the bereaved family whose loved ones will be laid to rest during this week. The family of Mrs. Mariam LaFay White Bynes of Cordele, Georgia. This selection is dedicated to all of the sick and shut in, to all patients in the local and surrounding hospitals, nursing homes, and rehabilitation centers, to our beloved ministers and their devoted family members, to all retired educators, to the men and women serving in our armed forces, both stateside and abroad, to all veterans, and to everyone who listens to our program on each Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for us to bring it to you. Our program goes out in memory of our past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams, goes out to my wife, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, to my son, Jai Wilkerson Parker. This selection goes out to my mother-in-law, Mrs. Billy Ann Hall, and family, to my brother, retired Chief Master Sergeant Norman F. Dexter, and his wife, Dr. Gwendolyn Maxine Dexter, and family, Vienna, Georgia, and to Noble, their grandson. This selection goes out to my sisters, Miss Betty Mae Johnson, better known as Sister Girl, and Mrs. Patsy Jackson and her husband, Mr. Jim Jackson of Cordele, Georgia. This selection goes out to my nephew, Deacon Kenneth Smith, program chairman of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church. Goes out to our pastor, Dr. K.M. Williams, pastor of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church and moderator of the Gum Creek Missionary Baptist Association. Goes out to his wife, Sister Kathy Williams, and family. And again, invite you to worship this morning at 9 a.m. on the grounds of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church this morning via Facebook conference call. This selection goes out to the mother of the church there, Mother Lucille Shazer, age 108. Yes, age 108, and he will be on the grounds this morning of the church if the Lord's willing. Our program this morning is dedicated to the family of the late Deacon Lindbergh Williams Sr., Mrs. Kathy Williams Buford and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Jeff Wilson and family, Mother Easter May Byram, and the entire Byram family. This selection goes out to Miss Willie Mae Crapp and family, and to our beloved Mrs. Easter May Sanders and family. Goes out to Mrs. Dorothy King and family, Mr. and Mrs. Eugene Ford and family, Miss Johnny Campbell and family, the Spears, family of Turner County and Chris County, Mrs. Aletha Askew, church clerk of the Newell Grove Baptist Church and trustee, the Reverend and Mrs. Dion Jones and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Charles Perry Jr. and family, Deacon and Mrs. Rodney Teal and family, Dr. and Mrs. Henry Young and family, Mrs. Betty Roberson and family, past City Commissioner, Mr. and Mrs. A.J. Rivers and family, Mrs. Ida Ruth Bryan and family, Mr. and Mrs. Jerome Outlaw and family, Mother Nell Ford and family, Brother and Mrs. James Leon Hughes and family, Miss Charlie Butts and family, Mrs. Linda Askew and family, Mrs. Janice Montfrey and family, Miss Ruby Felton and family, Mrs. Connie James and family, Mr. and Mrs. Alvin Beal and family, Miss Nettie Bush and family, Mr. Charles McLeod and family, Mr. Robert Lee McLeod and family, Mrs. Jacqueline Leonard and family, Miss Tawana Leonard and family, and the entire Leonard family. Miss Dora Taylor and family, Mr. and Mrs. Alvin Short and family, Mr. and Mrs. Buford Royal Jr. and family, the Gamble family, Mrs. Gladys Foster and family, Deacon and Mrs. Alfred Hoggebrook and family, Pastor and Elder Billy Sanford and family, Mrs. Carolyn Jackson and family, our friend and brother, Deacon and Mrs. Jimmy Charles Montfrey and family, and all of the members of the Crossroad Baptist Church, their pastor, the Reverend Nelson Maynard, his beloved mother, Mother May Maynard, and family, Mr. and Mrs. Melvin Jones and family, Mr. Denise Denard and family, Deacon Eddie Porter Jr. and family, the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, Mr. and Mrs. Ernest Reese and family, Mr. and Mrs. Paul Johnson and family, Mr. and Mrs. Sammy Hill and family, Deacon William and Sister Robbie Durham and family of Albany, Georgia, and Cordele, Georgia, Ms. Geraldine Johnson and family, Mrs. Gabrielle Denver and family, Cordele City Commission Chairman, Deacon and Mrs. John Eddie Wiggins and family, Ms. Martha Clay and family. And again, to each and every one who listens to our program on each Sunday morning, it's a pleasure for us to bring it to you. We do encourage you, if you have not received the vaccine, please consider receiving the vaccine to keep you and everyone you love and around you safe. Do that for us, please. Our program this morning, again, is dedicated to all who listen in and enjoy our program on each Sunday morning. God bless you. And to all of the Chris County school system that will be back in school coming up this week, I believe it's Friday, and to all of the students there, certainly we wish you Godspeed and much success in a safe and successful school year throughout this community. God bless you.
Now, you may not be able to do that fast kind of church, but can we do that little slow kind of church rock? Rock right here like this. Y'all don't know how to do the two-step. Come on. Some of y'all ain't moving yet. Come on. Clap your hands with this. Come on.
Come on, put your hands together. Y'all ready to have church tonight? There's so many wonderful things about Jesus. I just can't tell them all.
Yes, I'm going to walk. Oh, that will keep my way. Oh, child.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you've enjoyed our program. Tune in again on next Sunday morning.
Well,
In your time of need, contact the competent, capable, and dependable staff at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home.
some of these days.